Okay, I hope we're all good. Remember, child's pose, rest, skip stuff if you're not comfortable with it. Every time we do this, hopefully it all gets a bit easier. Yeah, I need to keep an eye on the screen. Usual last minute appearance is probably okay. I don't know how warm we all are this morning. I've had my heating on, so I'm okay. But because it's a little bit chilly, I thought we'd start straight away with a little bit of movement, and then as we've warmed up, we'll come into some of the more intensive core stuff. So if you come to the front of your mat, and we'll start standing. Just bring your big toes together, have your heels slightly apart, and start to root down through the four corners of the feet. So balls of the big toes, balls of the little toes in, heels out to heels. Spread the weight evenly, and then begin to lift up through the legs, shin bones back, lift your kneecaps, tighten your thighs. Lengthen your spine up out of your pelvis, take your upper arms back, reaching down through your fingertips. And then come into your ujjayi breath in and out through the nose. And just take a moment or two to connect to your breath. Just bringing that little bit of sound that helps you to focus, it helps you to lengthen and deepen the breath. With each round, see if you can draw the inhales in deeper, and then press the exhales out for longer. Morning, Lydia. I'm going to start moving this morning before I get into the intense core stuff. Okay, so on our next inhale, take the arms up above the head and gaze up. And then as you exhale, hinge forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to find your way back to plank. Come down through the knees or chaturanga. Inhale for back bend, up dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so straight away, connect to your breath in your downward facing dog. 2, and see if you can maintain your ujjayi breath. 3, think about finding space into the sides of your ribs, sides of your waist. 4, and 5, inhale to look forward, step, hop, float or walk forward, and then when you're there, forward bend. Inhale to come up, bring the hands to touch, and then exhale. Okay, straight into the next one. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Come down through the knees or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so softening around the base of your neck. 2, pushing the mat away with the hands. 3, find a little bit more length all the way from the outer wrist to the outer hips. 4, and 5, inhale to look forward, step, hop, float or walk forward, and then exhale, forward bend. Inhale to come up, bring the hands to touch, and then exhale. Okay, third one, inhale, arms up. As we exhale, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Come down through the knees or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 1, so remember that little bit of outward rotation that we want to find in our downward facing dog with the shoulders. 2, so it's almost as if you're trying to turn the right hand slightly right and the left hand slightly left. 3, thinking about tricep muscles spinning back. 4, and 5, inhale to look forward, step, hop, float or walk forward, and then exhale, forward bend. Inhale to come up, bring the hands to touch, and then exhale. Okay, we'll just do one more. Inhale, big circle. As we exhale, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Same exhale, come down through chaturanga or use your knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and then exhale back. Downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1. So connecting straight back to your breath in downward facing dog. 2. A little bit of outward rotation with the shoulders. 3. Notice how you make more space up the upper back when you do that. 4. And 5. Inhale to look forward, step, hop, float, or walk forward. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhaling to come up. Bring the hands to touch and then exhale. Okay, taking the feet a little bit wider apart, about hip width, and then inhale, find chair pose, Utkatasana. Okay, make it a nice deep chair if you can. Think about sit bones to the backs of the knees, upper arms lift. Come a little bit deeper. Soft, lower ribs soften in here. So there's that tendency, isn't there, especially when we're not warmed up, to sort of collapse the rib cage forward. So softly draw the lower ribs in and then bring the shoulder blades down the back as you come a little bit deeper. Okay, inhale, exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale, turning to the left. Stay upright. Try to get that turn going from just above the waist, and then push the hands together to help you find a little bit more of a twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Again, same thing, a little bit of extra pressure with the right hand. Try to open the right shoulder. Don't let that left knee jump forward as much as it wants to. Keep the knees doing the same thing. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting back to the left. Again, same thing, check the knees, make sure that right knee doesn't jump forward. Press the hands together, turn. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Check the knees, make sure that left knee hasn't jumped way forward. Try to stay as still in the lower half of the body as you can. And then inhale, come back to center, and then find your way back into your Utkatasana as you exhale. Okay, I'm going to come straight down, and I know that this isn't the easiest thing to do first thing, so cheat if you need to, use your hands if you need to. Inhale, exhale, slowly come all the way down, and then find your bum. Come straight into your first half boat pose. Okay, cheat if you want to, you can hold behind the knees, remember. So most important thing, lift the chest, lift up out the low back if you need to. Cheat with the legs, do, otherwise lift the shins, reach the arms forward, widen across the collarbones. I'll just take a couple of breaths here, starting to warm up our core a little bit. Keep lifting the chest. Imagine that you're lifting the heart center up. Okay, inhale, exhale, come down for Ardha Navasana. And then inhale, come back up. Okay, exhale, come down, Ardha. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, Ardha. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, Ardha. Inhale, come back up. Okay, exhale, come down, Ardha. Let the legs come down. Keep the head and shoulders up. Low back is pressing down. I'm just going to pulse it here for 10. Little movements. 9. Chin to the chest. 8. Shouldn't feel this in your low back. 7. 6. The low back is pressing down. Navel is drawing in. 5. 4. Smiling. 3. 2. And 1. And then keep going. 10. 9. Snap that navel in. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, tiny movements, 2 and 1, keep going, 10, or rest if you need to, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then let the head and shoulders come down, take the legs straight up to the ceiling. Okay, you can always support your low back here if you need to. As always, take the hands below the low back. Otherwise, have the arms down by the side. Keep the legs pointing straight up. So the tendency here is that we bring the legs towards us, and especially if we're more flexible, but try to keep them pointing straight up. And I'm just going to lift the hips up here, little movements again, 10. Really targeting the low abdomen, 9. Tiny movements here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1, and then keep going, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Just notice how you're feeling already in your abdomen. A little bit of a back massage there if you want to. Okay, so we're going to start to rock back and forward and see if we can find a chair pose. Again, I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but every time we practice it, it gets a little bit easier. So hands behind the thighs, starting to rock, and then you start to find your feet start to reach the arms forward, and then maybe you can find your way all the way back into our chair pose. Shoulder blades down the back, sit the bones to the backs of the knees, lower ribs softening. Maybe you gaze up towards the thumbs there. Okay, inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, twisting to the left. Again, maybe you come a bit deeper now, we're getting a bit warmer. Make sure the right knee doesn't jump forward, stays stable in the lower half of the body as you can. Extra pressure with the left hand to really open up that left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Again, check that that left knee hasn't jumped way forward. Press a bit harder with the right hand. Turn your chest as much as you can. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, back into Utkatasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, come all the way down. Okay, use the hands, cheat, do whatever. Find your way back into your half boat pose. Lift the chest. Okay, inhale here. As we exhale, come down to Ardha Navasana. And then we're going to straddle the legs. And then bring the hands together, pulse up, reach the fingers forward, and then come back down, and then inhale, come back up, half boat pose. Okay, exhale, come down, Ardha, straddle the legs, pulse up, reach the fingertips forward, come back down, and then inhale, come back up, half boat. Exhale, come down, straddle the legs, hands together, reach forward with the fingertips, pulse up, and then legs back together. Inhale, come back up, half boat, smiling. Come down again, straddle the legs, reach forward, pulse up, bring the legs back together. Inhale, come back up, half boat. I'm just going to do one more of those. Come down for Ardha, straddle the legs, reach forward for the fingertips, pulse up, come back down, and then fingertips behind the thighs, come back up to half boat. Okay, inhale, half boat, and then exhale, lower yourself all the way down, and then bring the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze. Little bit of a back massage, whatever feels nice there, a bit of a rude awakening already. So a little bit of side to side with the knees or circles, back and forward, whatever. Okay, bring both knees into the chest and then wrap the forearms around the shins. So get that grip as tight as you can, and then inhale, bring the head and chest up. See if you can get the nose between the knees. Okay, we start to think about protracting the shoulder blades. So spread them wide in between the shoulder blades and bring the ribs in. Navel's drawing in as well, and already you can feel that's actually quite intense, isn't it? Can you make yourself a little bit smaller? Okay, maintaining the position with the body, we're going to keep hold of the right knee and stretch the left leg away. So try to keep that shoulder blade protraction, ribs are drawing in, navel's drawing in. Keep hold of the right knee if you need to, or reach forward through the fingertips, hold for 5. Harder than it looks, 2, isn't it? 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release, come down. Bring the knees in, have a little break for a moment. Bit of a back massage, whatever, and then come back to that embryo pose. So the knees draw in, shins, forearms wrap around the shins, nose between the knees, shoulder blades protract, ribs draw in, navel draws in. Okay, maintaining that position as much as you can. Keep hold of the left leg, right leg stretches away. Stay holding the knee in if you want to, or release the arms, hold for 5. Keep squeezing that left knee in as well, 4. Try to maintain the shoulder blade protraction, 3, 2, and 1, and then release. Come down, definitely not cold anymore. Give yourself a little squeeze, little back massage, whatever you need to do there, then you can do. Okay, we'll release the feet down to the mat. Take them a little bit wider than hip width, so especially if your back is a bit of an issue, wider with the feet than hip width. Outside edges of the feet are parallel, toes point forward, and then on the next inhale, we'll press into the feet, lift the hips, take the arms up above the head, come up into a bridge pose, and then exhale to slowly lower. I'm just going to keep going with the breath here. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhaling to lift, synchronize the movement with the breath. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Keep going. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. This actually feels quite restful, doesn't it? Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Okay, inhale to lift. This time as we exhale and lower, we're going to crunch up at the bottom and then inhale, stretch the legs away, exhale, lower them down towards the mat, inhale, bring the heels into the bum, and then exhale, release everything down, and then inhale, come straight back up for your bridge. Exhale, lower, crunch up at the bottom, legs stretch away, inhale, exhale, lower them towards the mat, inhale, heels into the bum, and then exhale, release everything down. On the next inhale, come straight back up. Exhale, lower, crunch up. Inhale, legs stretch away. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, heels into the bum. Release the feet, release the upper body, and then inhale, come straight back up. Exhale, lower, crunch up. Inhale, legs stretch away. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, heels into the bum. Exhale, release, and then inhale, come straight back up. Exhale, lower them down, crunch up. Inhale, legs stretch away. Exhale, lower, heels into the bum, and then exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, come back up for bridge. Exhale to lower, crunch up. Inhale, legs stretch away. Exhale, lower them towards the mat. Inhale, heels into the bum, and then release, come down. Bring the knees in, give yourself a squeeze, back massage. Whatever move you want to take there, you can take. Okay, I'm going to come up to chair pose again, so you can meet me there if you don't want to do this. Otherwise, hands behind the thighs. Start to rock. Start to find your feet as you bring the arms forward, and then we'll come all the way up into Utkatasana chair pose. Make sure both knees do the same thing. So you get, it becomes second nature, doesn't it? The legs automatically know where to go. Lower ribs soften in, shoulder blades draw down the back. Maybe you can gaze up at your thumbs and sink a little bit deeper. Okay, inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to twist. So this time, elbow hooks to the outside of the left knee, but keep drawing that right knee back and then press the hands together. Maybe you can come into a deeper twist. Can you draw the left side ribs back, press the right side ribs forward, and then left shoulder blade presses into the upper back as well. Maybe you can find a bit more depth. Okay, inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting the other way. So left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Keep that left knee drawing back. Left side ribs press forward, right side ribs draw back. Right shoulder blade presses into the upper back. And maybe you find a little bit more depth in your twist. Inhale to come back forward, and then exhale, forward bend. Okay, just come into a ragdoll pose for a moment. Take your elbows. You could sway a little bit there from side to side. You could gently nod your head yes, shake it no. Just do whatever feels nice there, any little movement that feels nice, then take it. And then from here, we'll release the hands down and we'll find our way back to downward facing dog. Okay, so straight into your downward facing dog. Make sure that both hands do the same thing. Index fingers point forward, and then we spread the other fingers as wide as we can. Okay, on the next inhale, ripple it forward to plank pose. So imagine that you're coming over an obstacle in the middle of your mat. So you're trying to lift everything up as you come to your plank. And then adjust the feet. Keep the hands pressing into the mat. Knees can release down if they need to. Suck the ribs in, reach back through the heels. Try to get engagement with the thighs and the glutes as well. So inner thighs squeeze towards each other. Inhale and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling it forward to plank again over that imaginary obstacle in the middle of the mat. Come forward. Suck everything in. It's like you're trying to draw the whole of the front body to the back body. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, we'll do 3 more. Inhale for plank. Smiling. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale for plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more. Inhale for plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing now, but with flying cat. So on the next inhale, you come forward as if you're coming down to all fours, but you don't let the knees come down, you hover. Tuck the tailbone under, scoop it forward, suck the ribs in there as well. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do 4 more of those. So inhale, flying cat, let the knees hover. Tailbone tucks under, scoops forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more. Inhale, flying cat. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more. Flying cat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, inhaling for flying cat, and then we'll hold it there for 5. Tuck the tailbone under. Knees can come down if they need to, remember. 5. Suck the ribs in. 4. Push the mat away with the hands. 3. 2. And 1, and then release, come down to the knees. Okay, when you come down to the knees, if you need to just move a bit, move. So you might want to draw some hip circles, or you might want to do some cat-cows. Just do whatever feels nice in your body. Sometimes it's quite nice just to bring the weight back and forward. And just explore that position, explore the movement. Where are the tight and stiff areas in your body? Where do you need to move into? Okay, we'll find our way back to neutral. Tabletop position. Make sure you're stacking the joints as always. And then bring the knees together, actually. So from bringing the knees together and then inhale, keeping the right knee, the right leg in the same shape that it is now. Inhale, take the knee up as high as your hip. And then exhale, lower. So we're maintaining that L shape with the leg. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Lift the knee as high as it takes to start to feel that biting sensation in your bum. And we're going to keep going with this for 10, 9, 8. I want you to really feel that bite in your bum. 7. Try not to let the low back dip though. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hold the knee up there, stretch the leg away, drop the outer right hip down, and then just pulse the leg there. 10, 9. Try not to twist the torso. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep the ribs sucking in. 3, 2, and 1, and then tuck the toes left foot, lift straight up into a 3-point dog. So reach back through the right toes, press the hands away with the mat. Left heel is working its way down to the mat, the lift up out of the shoulders. And then inhale there. As you exhale, bring the knee to the nose and squeeze. Curl up into the upper back if you can when you get there. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Hold it. 5. Lift between the shoulder blades. 4. Right up onto the tiptoes, left foot if you can. 3. Squeeze the knee in. 2. And 1. And then flex the right foot and step it forward. Just coming into your runner's lunge for a brief reprieve. Adjust your feet if you need to. Make sure that the right knee is over the right ankle. And then from here, we'll wobble our way up for crescent. So press into the right foot, come all the way up for crescent. Outer right hip back, left hip forward. Be as soft in the back knee as you need to be kinder to your low back. And then energize back through the right heel, shoulder blades down, lower ribs in. Palms together, maybe you can wrap the triceps forward and then gaze up there. Okay, I'm going to do the dips because they really target our glutes. If your knees don't like it, then you can hang out in your crescent lunge. So it's up to you. Inhale, as we exhale, come down, not all the way. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, come down and hover there for 5. Really close to the mat if you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then softly letting the left knee come down. We're going to come straight into half Hanumanasana, so straightening into the front leg, reach the arms back and reach the chest forward. Can you think about drawing that right top of the right thigh bone back into the hip socket? And if you feel okay with the right leg, you can start to draw the toes back towards you as well. Chest is lengthening forward. Keep smiling and breathing. Okay, inhaling to bring the right foot down. We'll take the hands down. We'll step back. You could go straight to a downward facing dog, or you can come to a vinyasa. It's up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. And then just finding your way back to that tabletop position with the knees together. So adjust, make sure that your wrists are below the shoulders. And then from there, keeping this same shape with the left leg, keep the ribs sucking in as well, remember. Inhale, take the left knee up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Try and get that biting sensation in your bum. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then stretch the leg back, outer left hip drops down. So you're trying to be as level with the pelvis as you can and the whole torso, actually, and then we pulse it there. 10, Hopefully getting that biting sensation in your butt. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then tuck the toes, right foot comes straight up into a three-legged dog. Reach back through the left big toe. Inhale and then exhale, knee to nose squeeze. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose squeeze. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose, hold it. Protract the shoulder blade, remember. 5, right onto the toes, right foot if you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex the left foot, step it forward, brief reprieve in runner's lunge. Adjust your feet, make sure the left knee's over the left ankle, hips are sinking down, back of the right thigh lifts. Okay, when you're ready, we'll inhale and wobble our way up for present, and then sink into it, outer left hip back, softening the back knee to tilt the pelvis forward, shoulder blades down, maybe the palms come together, maybe you wrap the triceps forward. Up to you. Okay, inhale, exhale, dip down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down, not all the way. Lost count. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. This time we'll hold it. 5, hover. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then softly let the knee come down, and then we'll come straight into that half Hanumanasana. So transfer the weight back, straighten the left leg, wobble, wobble as much as you can, reach the chest forward, reach back through the arms, top of the left thigh bone draws back into the hip socket, maybe the toes draw back towards you a little bit there as well. Okay, on the next inhale, we'll take the left foot back down, we'll bring the hands down. You can go straight to downward facing dog from there, or you can come through vinyasa. Use the knees if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths. 1, calm your breath straight away. 2, shin bones press back. 3, outer upper arms. Spin them back as well. 4 and 5. Okay, inhale, ripple it forward to plank. So it's like that obstacle in the middle of the mat that you're trying to lift your way over. So you've got to suck everything right in as you come to your plank pose. And then we'll hold it in plank just for about 5 breaths. If you need to let the knees come down, please do. If you need to modify it in any way, please do. Ribs in, navel in, lengthen out through the crown of the head. Try to squeeze the inner thighs together, squeeze the glutes together. That takes the pressure off the top of the body. Okay, we must have been here for about 3, 2, and 1, and then let the knees come down. Tuck the elbows in. We're going to slowly lower, chest forward. Remember to keep the elbows gluing into the ribs. Don't come too low, stop. Inhale, come back up. And then again, come down. Don't come too low. Stop. Inhale, come back up. Can you feel the tricep muscles really working? Squeeze the elbows in. Lengthen the chest forward. Stop. Inhale, come back up. And then this time, come all the way down. Slowly, stay in control. Come all the way down. Untuck the toes. And then just make sure that feet are about hip width. Start to press a little bit into the tops of the feet. Pubic bone presses down, sit bones lengthen, and then inhale, come up for baby cobra. Keep the elbows hugging in, shoulders roll back, shoulder blades press in. Try to think about when we have the block between the shoulder blades when we're doing that lovely shoulder opener, and try to recreate that feeling with the shoulder blades pressing in. Okay, you can lift the hands if you want to. Maybe you take the arms back if you're comfortable with that, and then maybe you interlace the fingers. And those of us with bad backs know to just modify these. You can stay with the less intense variations if you want to. Okay, if you're interlacing the fingers, lift, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades in, keep the chin to the chest. Can you lift the arms a little bit higher? Inhale, come up a little bit higher, and then exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Okay, we're going to keep going with this for 10, 9, 8. Try to keep the lengthening in the low half of the body. 7, 6. Arms still lifting. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then hold it up there. 5, chin is tucked. 4, lengthen out through the crown of the head. 3, little bit of pressure into the tops of the feet still. 2, and 1, and then release, come down and interlace. Let the shoulder heads roll forward, let the heels drop out, but just for a breath. Nice big inhale, and a nice big exhale. And then from there, we're going to do the lower half of the body. So if you don't want to do that, again, if your back is sensitive, stick to the cobra variation, or just come to a sphinx, or stay resting if you want to. Okay, otherwise, still getting that action, low half of the body, sit bones lengthen. The upper body will come up a little bit, but that's, don't worry about that. Keep the chin tucked, and then maybe you turn the palms to face down to give you a little bit of grip onto the mat, and then inhale, lift the legs, point through the toes. Exhale, lower, not all the way. Inhale, lift the legs, point through the toes. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Okay, keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Feel that biting in your bum. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then hold up there. Reach through the toes. 5. Get that biting sensation in your bum. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release, come down, just have a rest, heels drop out, shoulder heads roll forward, completely rest, just for a couple of breaths. Nice big inhale, and a nice big exhale, and again, nice big inhale, and a nice big exhale. Okay, it's time for our favourite dolphin plank. So remember, adjust, modify, let the knees come down, do whatever you need to make these feel easier. The more that we do it, the easier they get, don't they? So elbows below the shoulders, forearms in a number 11. You can always stay with Sphinx, can't you? You can always come back to Sphinx. Remember, and I know I'm a stuck record, but remember to really get that action low half of the body so that it becomes second nature when you come into your back bend. We want to find space at the low back. We don't want to crunch into the low back ever. And remember to draw the elbows back and press the chest forward. Okay, stay there. Or tuck the toes, come into your dolphin plank. Step the feet together in your dolphin plank. If you can, draw the ribs in, draw the navel in. Remember to keep that pressure pushing down into the forearms and the elbows so that we don't collapse into the shoulder joints. And then you can stay with your standard dolphin plank. If you want to, you can let the knees come down. Otherwise, inhale. As we exhale, we're going to let the heels come to the right. So it's a twist for the lower half of the body. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, heels to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, heels to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, heels to the left. Keep sucking the ribs in. Inhale, center. Heels to the right. Inhale, center. Heels to the left. Inhale, center. Heels to the right. Inhale, center. Heels to the left. My feet keep slipping away, so I have to adjust. But keep going if you can. And I'll just count us through this. Go at your own pace. Make sure that you're still breathing. We're going to keep going with this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you'll feel your obliques about now, and 1. Come back to your dolphin plank, and then let the knees come down and tuck the toes. Come all the way down and have a rest. Arms by your side. Shoulder heads roll forward, heels drop out. Take a nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. And again, nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Again, sure, dolphin plank is getting easier. So we're going to come back to it, modify it again. If you need to, use the knees if you need to. Stay with Sphinx if you want to. Otherwise, elbows below the shoulders, forearms in that number 11. Tuck the toes, lift, ribs in, navel in, stepping the feet together, making sure I'm not cheating. So make sure you're not cheating. If you can see yourself, it's always good to check that you don't have your bum too high up and you're not letting things sag as well. We never want to sag and droop in anything, actually, especially not in our plank poses. Okay, from here, use the left knee to support you, or we're going to come straight over to the side variation of that, stacking the feet or staggering the feet. Right arm reaches up. So modify if you need to. Left knee can be down. Remember, think about that left elbow drawing towards the feet and the feet back towards the elbow. Lift up through the right fingertips. Try to keep the ribs drawing in there as well. Okay, inhale, exhale, tuck the right arm under, touch the back of the left shoulder, and then inhale, open up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tuck under. Again, feeling the obliques working. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, open up. 4 more. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, open up. Last one. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, open up. Reach up through the fingertips. Lift that right hip up. Bring the ribs in. Inhale, exhale, and wind. Come back to your dolphin. Plank. Have a rest if you need to. Otherwise, we'll go straight to the other side. Use the right knee down if you want to. Stagger the feet or stack the feet. Staggering's a little bit easier, isn't it? The left arm up. Get that action. Elbows to the feet, feet to the elbow. Stacking the joints as well. Remember, try to always be in the strongest position for your joints. Okay, inhale, reach up through the left fingertips. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tuck under. So we're twisting the upper body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tuck under. Not the lower half. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tuck under. I'm going to keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then lift the left hip up, lift up through the fingertips. Be in a strong position, ribs are drawing in still as well. Inhale, exhale, and wind. Back to your dolphin plank, step the feet together, suck the ribs in, heavy in the forearms, in the elbows. You can come down and rest, and we're going to do some soaring action here for 10, 9. If things start to collapse, just rest. 8, 7, we want to keep everything drawing in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then let the knees come down, come all the way down, have a rest. Arms down by your side if that feels nice. If it doesn't, you can always make a little stack pillow with your hands and do that instead. Let the heels drop out, completely rest. Just observe how the whole of your body feels now. Notice every little sensation that you have and let it settle. Okay, so I'm going to do, I think I've done this the last couple of weeks, this sort of upward facing dog movement back to downward facing dog, and it's quite a nice way to get used to engaging the core to do that transition. But if your back is sensitive, you need to be a little bit careful with this. And you can always just do some cobras and downward facing dog and not do it as well. So up to you. But we're going to bring the heels of the hands level with the waist. Forearms are perpendicular with the mat. Shoulder heads lift up, shoulder blades squeeze in. So setting up for upward facing dog. So make sure that your hands are far enough back and the forearms are perpendicular with the mat. Again, a little bit of pressure into the tops of the feet, and then inhale, push into the hands and come up for upward facing dog. So in upward facing dog, we're lifting the hips and the thighs as well. And ideally, the shoulders are over the wrists. Upper arms come back, collarbones wide, and then you lift up out of the shoulders. Inhaling in your upward facing dog, and then as you exhale, we're going to suck the ribs in to transfer back into downward facing dog. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple of these little movements, but keep the toes tucked, that makes it a little bit less intense for the low back. Okay, so from downward facing dog, inhale to come forward to plank, but don't stop, let the hips come forward, and then we come into that variation of upward facing dog with the toes tucked, shoulders still over the wrists, hopefully. And then as we exhale, we're going to suck the ribs in to send us back to downward facing dog. And then inhale, come forward. Upward facing dog. Try to really snap ribs and navel in to bring you back. And then keep going. Really strongly. Get the core to do the movement for you. And that's what we're kind of working on doing. When we do that transition to downward facing dog, it's all about the core. So as you do that, start to think also about strongly pressing back through the heels. So you initiate the movement, ribs in, navel in, and then finish it by pushing back through the heels. And I'm going to keep going. So long as this isn't bothering your back, we'll keep going for 10, 9, 8, hopefully feeling easier, 7, 6, 5, definitely not cold anymore, 4, 3, again that starts to become second nature in that transition as well, 2, and 1, and then just come back into your downward facing dog and have a little bit of a rest there. You can always drop the knees, take a break in child's pose if you want to, pedal the legs out, do whatever you feel that you want to in your downward facing dog. Okay, inhale to come back forward to a plank pose. Haven't finished with the back bends. From your plank pose, we're going to come all the way down. So you can use the knees if you need to, or bring the shoulders forward and see if you can come all the way down through chaturanga in control. Keep the ribs in. So notice the mid body wants to dip there as well. Keep everything in. And then we're straight away setting up for a cobra. So we'll come up for a baby cobra. Keep the elbows in, roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades press in. Imagine we block in that place between the shoulder blades. Feel it, feel that sensation. And then the heart center presses forward as you draw the hands back energetically. A little bit of pressure into the tops of the feet. Okay, you can stay with the hands down, or you could lift them, take the arms back, maybe you interlace the fingers. If you did that last time, try and get the other little finger on top, shoulder blades in, shoulder heads roll back. Keep the chin tucked, keep the pubic bone pressing down, keep that little bit of pressure into the tops of the feet. Can you lift the arms a little bit more? Inhale, come up a little bit higher. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. 5, 4, 3. Keep lifting the arms. 2, and 1. And then hold it. Lift the arms. 5. Chin to the chest. 4. Lengthen through the crown of the head. 3, 2, and 1. And then come down. Okay, arms down by your side. Turn the palms to face down. Maybe walk the fingertips a little bit further back. Again, chin is staying tucked here. You could actually repeat the cobra if you don't like the lower, the legs variation. If it's too much for your back, then repeat a cobra or have a resting sphinx. Okay, otherwise, I'm going to lift the legs. Try to keep that action of the sit bones lengthening to the backs of the heels, whatever you're doing. Lift and then lower, not all the way. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Okay, try and get that biting sensation going. Keep going here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hold it there, chin tucked. 5, 4. Get that biting sensation. 3, 2, and 1, and then release, come down, rest, heels drop out, shoulder heads roll forward, completely rest just for a couple of breaths. Nice big inhale, and a nice big exhale, and again, nice big inhale, and a nice big exhale. Okay, find your way to Sphinx pose. So adjust the legs if you need to. Try and have the feet about hip width apart, come up onto your elbows for Sphinx. And then these actually might feel quite easy after that upward facing dog, downward facing dog thing. So again, I think we're all familiar with this little movement as well. The knees can stay down if you want to. So from your Sphinx pose, inhale, suck the ribs in and lift, bring the chin to the chest, press into the elbows, and then exhale, lower. And then inhale, suck everything in, chin to the chest, exhale, lower. Keep going. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, suck everything in, exhale, lower. We're going to keep going here for 10. You can start to lift the knees as well if you want. 9, if you want it to be harder. 8, 7, but really focus on sucking the ribs in. 6, and the navel. 5, 4, we're strong in the shoulders as well here. 3, 2, and 1, and then hold it up there. 5, really draw everything in. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release, come down, come all the way down, rest. Come down onto your front, arms down by your side, shoulder heads roll forward, heels drop out, totally rest. And just observe the sensation that you have, and that shouldn't have been quite as bad after the upward facing dog is a little bit of a harder version, isn't it? Okay, from here we'll find our way to downward facing dog, so you could come back through the up dog if you want to, you could come through cobra, through the knees, whatever. So inhale to come upward facing dog or whatever you've decided to do, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Well done. Walk the legs out when you get there, move in any way that you want to. Okay, inhale, take the right leg up, and then exhale to step it forward. Runner's lunge, adjust. Make sure you're not on a tightrope. Just give yourself a moment to settle into that. The hips are moving down, the back of the left thigh lifts, remember. Okay, make sure I've given myself enough space. I seem to end up headbutting the wall quite a lot at the moment. Okay, so from here, we're going to take the weight into the right foot, and then find that kind of, well, just lift the left leg actually. Have a look back at the toes, and try and get the toes pointing down so that your pelvis is level. You can use blocks here. If the floor is too far away, use blocks. The knee can be soft if it needs to, but if you can use blocks instead, try to do that. Still thinking about the ribs sucking in here as well. Okay, can you lift up out of that right hip a little bit? Inhale, reach back through the left heel, and then exhale, bring the knee to the nose, curl up. Inhale, stretch back, exhale, knee to nose, curl up. Inhale, stretch back, exhale, knee to nose, curl up. Inhale, stretch back, exhale, knee to nose, curl up. Keep going, inhale, stretch back, knee to nose, curl up, 5. Inhale, stretch back, 4. Inhale, stretch back, 3. Inhale, stretch back, 2. Inhale, stretch back, 1, and then hold it there, 5, 4, knee to the nose, 3, 2, and 1, and then we're going to soften into that right leg and see if we can wobble our way all the way up on that right leg and bring the left knee into the chest. Well done. Okay, I didn't do too well with that. Bring the left knee into the chest, shoulder blades down the back. Okay, if you can straighten that left leg away, any amount, straighten it away. Try to keep the outer left hip dropping down, lift up out of the right hip. And I'm going to draw circles with the left leg now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then reach forward through the left toes. Inhale, as we exhale, transfer the left leg back for a warrior 3. And then inhale, bring the leg back forward. Exhale, send it back, warrior 3-ish. Inhale, leg forward. Exhale, send it back, warrior 3. Inhale, bring the leg forward, wobble, wobble. Exhale, send it back, warrior 3. Inhale, bring the leg forward. Exhale, send it back, warrior 3. But then this time, softening into the front knee, reaching back with the left foot and finding your present. So adjusting when you get there if you need to. Outer right hip back, heavy in the tailbone. Try to energize back through that left heel as well. Shoulder blades down, lower ribs softening. Maybe you'll gaze up. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands down, step back. Go straight to downward facing dog or come through your vinyasa, as always. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog, and then inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward, runner's lunge. Brief reprieve. Adjust, make sure you've got space. If you need to use blocks here for this next bit, then grab your blocks. And then we'll take the weight into the left foot, lift the right leg. Look back, see the toes, make sure that they're pointing down. Can you lift it up out of that left hip? So we don't want to sort of sag into that left hip. We don't want to sag anywhere, do we? But especially into the sort of hamstring, top of the hamstring and the hamstring attachment. So we want to always lift up out of the left hip here. Toes are pointing down. Chest is lengthening forward. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose squeeze. I'm going to keep going. 10, 9. Remember to lengthen the chest forward as you inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then hold the knee to the nose, lift between the shoulder blades. 5, lift up out of that left hip as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we soften the left knee to hopefully wobble our way up on the left leg and bring the right knee into the chest. Well done, shoulder blades down, let the wobbles happen. Keep those lower ribs softening in, and then maybe we stretch that right leg forward. Keep it as high as you can. Circles with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Point through the toes, inhale. Exhale back, warrior 3-ish. Inhale, bring the whoopsie, leg back forward. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, bring the leg back forward, arms up. Exhale, warrior 3. Keep going, inhale, leg stretches forward. Exhale, warrior 3. Your left bum will be talking to you. Inhale, leg forward. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, reach the leg forward. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, reach the leg forward. Exhale, warrior 3. And then this time, soften into the left knee, reach back. Find your crescent lunge for a rest. It's always nice to find crescent lunge for a rest. Outer left hip back, heavy in the tailbone, energized back through the right heel, shoulder blades down, the lower ribs softening. Maybe you gaze up. Okay, inhaling crescent, exhale, take the hands down, step back, go to downward facing dog or come from vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths. 1, calm your breath. 2, you want to try to maintain that connection to the breath. Wow, in and out through the nose. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, inhale, take the right leg up, and then exhale to step it forward. So back into that runner's lunge position. Okay, adjusting, give yourself a little bit of space. Okay, so this move we did on Monday night, I think. And you might feel it a little bit more in your bum now because we've actually worked our glutes quite hard this morning. So from here, we're going to transfer the weight into the right foot, lift the left leg. Again, find that sort of supported warrior 3. Or you can try to make it standing splits by lifting the left leg a bit higher. If you have any strength left, you can do that. Lift up out of the right hip. And then inhale, as we exhale, we're going to bend both knees and tap the left knee down behind the right ankle. And then inhale, come straight back up. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, tap down. We're going to keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then this time we leave the knee down, and then we're going to sit down on the inside of your left shin and set up for Ardha Matsyendrasana. So take the right hand behind you, inhale, reach the left arm up, find length, and then hook the left elbow around the right knee and turn. Nice little reprieve in a nice twist. Think about those left ribs pressing towards the inside of the right thigh, and then the right ribs draw back. The right shoulder blade presses in as well. And then you turn your gaze. Okay, well done. Maybe you're feeling it in your bum. Okay, inhale to look forward, unscramble. Bring the hands down. We'll come straight back up into that standing split. So left leg reaches up. And then softening the front knee, reach back with the left foot back to runner's lunge. From runner's lunge, inhale, and then exhale, hands down. Stepping it back to downward facing dog, however you want to get there. So up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Brief reprieve in runner's lunge where you just check that everything's okay. You feel reasonably secure And then we transfer the weight into the left foot, bring the hands a bit further forward, lift the left leg. So make it a supported warrior 3 if you want to, or you can see if you can start to think about standing splits where you lift the leg higher, reach up through the toe, big toe. Okay, inhale, exhale, bending into both knees, and we tap the right knee down behind the left ankle, and then we inhale, come back up. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, 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 back up. Exhale, tap down. So we're going to do another 5, 4, completely lose count, don't I? 3, have to go on the sensations in the bum. 2, and 1, and then bring the knee down, sit all the way down on the inside of your right shin, left hand comes behind you, inhale, reach up through the right arm, and then exhale, hook the elbow, twist, right ribs press towards the inside of the left thigh, left shoulder blade presses in, turn your chest, brief reprieve. Okay, inhaling to look forward, hands down, take the weight into the left foot, reach the right leg up, standing splits. And then from there, softening the front knee, reaching back, right foot comes down, back to runner's lunge, and then hands can come down, step it back, straight to downward facing dog or vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog, and then inhale, look forward, step, hop, float or walk forward. And then exhale, forward bend, inhaling to come up, bringing the hands to touch, and then exhale. Beginning to regret putting my heating on this morning now. Okay, inhale, find a chair. Okay, nice deep chair. It's the last one. We're going to come all the way down. So inhale, exhale slowly. Make sure that the knees stay doing the same thing. Cheat if you need to, remember. And then find your bum. Find Ardha, half boat pose, lift the chest, softness in the hands, hold behind the knees if you need to. So if it's all getting too much and you need to cheat, please feel free, especially if you feel it in your back, just cheat, doesn't matter. Okay, inhale in half boat, exhale, come down for Ardha Navasana. Press the low back down, chin is coming to the chest, and then we'll inhale the right leg up, exhale to lower, inhale the left leg up, exhale to lower. I'm going to do like a little straddle with the feet, so it's like a crisscross. Keep the low back pressing down, crisscross, crisscross. Come back to Ardha Navasana, suck everything in, hold it there, 5, press the low back down, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then fingertips behind the thighs. Come up for half boat, lift the chest, well done. Lift the shins if you can. Inhale, exhale, let the feet come down. Wrap the forearms around the shins and then bring the toes in, come into that little cosmic egg. So nose comes between the knees, shoulder blades draw down the back. Maybe you can come into the balance on your sit bones there. Just let everything settle. Low back is softening. Shoulder blades are relaxing down. And the breath is settling back down as well. Okay, well done. How am I doing? Oh, we need to come down onto our back. So bring the heels to the top of the mat. Squeeze the inner calves together, squeeze the inner thighs together, reach the arms forward. Inhale, exhale, slowly. I say this every time, don't I? But it shouldn't hurt your back, this. If it does, just don't do it or skip it or support yourself, whatever. But just try to be in control. And I know it must definitely be getting easier. You may be hang out a little bit in the hard bit. Keep squeezing. Maybe hover again if you can. Just smiling. And then come all the way down when you're ready. Bring the knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze, back massage. Whatever feels nice there, side to side, circles, whatever. Okay, I'm going to come into a happy baby briefly just to release the hip flexors, hamstrings. You might want to do that, you might prefer to take a twist, so just do what feels nice in your body. And then from there, when you're ready, find Savasana. So coming to lying flat or having the knees bent if that's better. And then relax, let go. Draw your awareness back in. Soften your abdomen. Relax your facial muscles. Release your jaw. And just let go. Completely. It's very possibly the most important part of our practice, isn't it? Just allowing your nervous system to settle back down. So try to just let your body feel heavy. With each exhale, feel heavier. And now, just slowly beginning to bring your awareness back. Gently moving fingers and toes. Taking a nice long inhale, having a stretch. Arms up overhead, interlace fingers, maybe have a full body stretch. You could bend up the knees, bring them into your chest, give yourself a hug, take a twist. So whatever move or stretch your body needs. And then when you're ready, making your way to your right, but don't be in a rush, doesn't matter, take your time. If you need to stretch it out a bit more, do. And we'll find our way to seated when we're ready. Well done. Thought I was quite kind to you this morning. Bring the hands together, relax the shoulders, soften your facial muscles. Just observing the sensation in your body as a whole. Just taking a nice long full inhale through the nose. Cleansing breath out through the mouth. Namaste, thank you. Well done, happy Thursday. Easy peasy, getting easier. Hope we have a lovely day. Enjoy, and I'll see you all very soon.